Okay, so the number one question I get every single day, what's the difference between your two machines, the Skeleton Beard Trimmer and the Skeleton Pro Detailer? Okay, let's dive into it. It's very, very simple. First off, the Pro Detailer. This comes with a beautiful charging dock, which you can sit in it like so, plug in your C-type charger at the back, and that will charge your machine. If you didn't want to lug this around, if you were traveling, you can just charge straight into the machine at the bottom there. This has got more power than the trimmer, all right? So this is going to be better for guys with thicker beards, really coarse beard hair. This is the machine for you. It's also got zero gap blades. Now, what does that mean? The back blade and the front blade, when they sit side by side like so, there is no gap between the teeth of the blades. They sit side by side, so when it cuts, it's going to give you the closest trim you can get off a trimmer, all right? Because when the blades are zero gaps, they can't get any closer. You can't get a closer trim, right? Now, with the Skeleton Beard Trimmer, the blades are not zero gaps, all right? So that's the second difference. So we've got more power, okay? We have got zero gap blades. Sorry, third difference. We've got a charging dock, LCD screen showing you the battery life. What else? Oh yeah, right. Let's talk about those zero gap blades a little bit more. When you're going to use a trimmer that's got zero gap blades, you need to use it a little bit differently than you would any other trimmer you've had before. Reason being, if you come in on your face like so, straight on, you see where, like this, the likelihood is, especially on your neck where the hairs grow in different directions and are a bit more stubborn, the likelihood is you're going to pull, you're going to snag, you're going to cut the skin, because the blades are sitting side by side and they're moving like so. And so you put that straight onto skin, it's gonna rip you to pieces. So all you need to do, and it's a very simple maneuver with your technique, is just raise your elbow. Now watch what happens when I raise my elbow. So if I was going to use this like a normal trimmer, coming on face on like that, with this machine, you're going to cut yourself to shreds. However, if I raise my elbow, what happens is the blade now comes in at an angle. Now this is the best way to use the detailer, not only for the best results, but for the safest option to not have snagging and pulling and cutting of the skin. So I'll show you on my hand. Do not come in like so. Raise your elbow and then come in on an angle and come down. This is going to give you the best results and the safest trim possible. All right, so let's recap. With the Pro Detailer, we have got more power. We have got zero gap blades, so it's going to give you the closer trim. We have got the charging dock. Last but not least, the materials that have been used to make this make it a bit more robust, and it's a bit heavier, a bit more substance to it. So therefore, this machine, I would say, is the better out of the two, and that's why it's a bit more expensive. However, this is still a belting machine. This is the Skeleton Beard Trimmer, okay? Now, this doesn't come with a charging dock. This doesn't have as much power. It doesn't have zero gap blades. So the back blade and the front blade, when they sit side by side, the front one is ever so slightly moved down. So if you've got sensitive skin, this would be a better machine for you. I'd stay away from this one over here because it'll probably cut you to pieces. If you've got sensitive skin, it's probably not going to be the best machine to go for. This would be better, right? Also as well, if you've got really fine beard hair, this is perfect. It's the cheaper model. So although this is my business and I obviously want you to be spending as much money as possible, I'm always fair. And from a barber's perspective, I'm going to tell you now that if you've got really fine, thin beard hair, go for the Skeleton Beard Trimmer. You don't need to spend big on the detailer. Unless you want the fancy charging dock and you want the more power. But you'd be great with this. However, if you've got thick, coarse beard hair, don't bother with this because it won't be good. It won't be powerful enough. It won't be good enough. Go for the Pro Detailer, all right? So I hope I'm not confusing you too much, but I'll elaborate again slowly so you all understand. Skeleton beard trimmer, the cheaper option. This is good for people with fine beard hair. Maybe you've got sensitive skin. This is going to be the machine for you, all right? If you've got thick, coarse beard hair, you're going to need more power, then go for the Skeleton Pro Detailer. Or maybe you just like the fact that it looks the dog's bollocks, go for the Skeleton Pro Detailer. That, in a nutshell, is the differences between the two machines, okay? Hope that helps. If you need any more information, got any more questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram at Kevin Junior Products, or you can email me kevinjuniorproducts@hotmail.com.